callers.
Get herself lost and found. That was Captain Beefheart. My name is Grady George. I am your host tonight. How are you doing? Let's see what we got here. Yes, that was Captain Beefheart, of course. And can you guys hear me okay? My mic's been kind of low and then it's kind of too loud, and I can't get it right. I do like rap music a lot, but I also like really fucked up music like that. Hey, Mormo, I watched the debate. How are you doing? By the way, if anyone wants to call in, get yourself lost and found. There you go. Gonna pin that in the chat here. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, I watched some of it. I didn't. I wasn't really that into it, because I don't feel like anyone that's speaking is going to get the nomination. So it was kind of like a waste of time, really. Yeah, I predict Christie will drop out tomorrow because he was like the thunderous boos every time he spoke, which is probably why you liked him. Yo, Adam S, what's up? Yeah, I've always hated Christie because first of all, you can just look at him. He looks like a cast member from Sopranos, right? And he's in the government in Jersey. I have no doubt this guy's into some shady ass shit. You know what I mean? He might not be. I don't know, but he's been accused of a lot of shady ass shit, and I've seen a lot of proof too, and nothing's happened to the guy. So he's like one of those guys that have actually, been caught doing crimes and never had to pay for it. Now he's out here talking about locking up another, a person that's his competition, right? That's how it goes. And Christie's also a big fat piece of shit that he closed down an entire beach trying to act like there was some kind of security or health or safety risk to the public. So him and his fat wife and his two fat kids and his fat ass could sit on the fucking beach and bake like a fucking beach to well on the fucking beach while everybody else had to stay at home. And somebody tried to confront him on the beach, on the boardwalk, about why he had it shut down. And he was in his Speedos and he tried to fight the guy. Fuck that guy. Send him to prison where he belongs, not on the debate stage. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he closed down those bridges. It wasn't it like a bridge going into New York City. It wasn't like no average bridge. It was like, I think people that lived in New Jersey needed it to go to New York City or something, man, to work. And all those people were sitting on the bridge all day, every day because of his fat fucking ass. Dude, I'm pretty sure if Minnie Manson's my vice president, he would, like, I would get killed by Minnie. You know what I mean? Minnie would go, oh, I just have to kill Grady and I can be president. It would go down real quick. Like, Minnie Manson would be like Putin. All of his rivals would be like mysteriously dying. I mean, I don't see a lot of they're trying to act like he's got like average politician, like he's like the broke politician that becomes a politician to make money and all this shit, but the amount of money they're throwing around that he was supposedly making, I mean, it's like nothing to him. So I can't believe he was like, if he did do something, I'm not sure if he was like really aware of what the fuck was going on. But maybe not. I mean, I don't know. And you're like, well, do you want a president that's not aware? Dude, we have a president that's not aware right now. He probably could not even write down his name and address, and he lives in the White House. You know what I mean? I'm not even kidding either. And I think it's not a Republican or a Democrat thing. I mean, I feel like there were far more capable Democrats. If you're going to shove somebody through, like they clearly did Biden, because Biden was always like last place in the polls, and somehow he won. He won the primaries by, I think, the Democratic Party offered everybody else perks if they would just get out of the way, and then they somehow ran him through to be president. I think any of those other candidates would have been far stronger. I mean, I have real concern for like who's in control of the country, man. You know what I mean? And it's never been the president. It's always been like a group of people. But at the same time, I mean, this guy Biden. I mean, he's had aneurysms, like multiple aneurysms. He's had the top of his head cut off, and had brain surgery performed on him. He's fucking old as dirt, and he's running again. Well, to me, that's just clearly because I mean, if Trump's such a weak candidate, why run Biden again? You know what I mean? And I don't think any of the other candidates would be any weaker. I just don't feel the other candidates have their hand firmly up their ass the way Joe Biden does. I mean, he's a longtime grifter. You know what I mean? Everybody knows it. I mean, the guy tried to run for president 5 times. It could never win a primary. He got busted plagiarizing. He got busted lying about his college record, and he was literally like one of the worst students in college. He's an ass kisser. You can just tell. Yeah, I think like that's one thing about Trump. I think if he goes into office, you'll see the Ukrainian war will end immediately because the U.S. will stop funding it, and I think the other countries will probably follow suit. And without our funding, they can't fight that. You know what I mean? And I don't really think anything that, I mean, maybe now something really bad will happen to them. You know what I mean? But I think before, I don't, I think they just wanted control of certain areas, because it could cause Russia to economically collapse if, like the UN put sanctions on them and said they couldn't access those areas. They would have them checkmated. It's like a game of chess. That's what's going on, really. And they don't care about Ukraine. They want to take Russia down a peg because Russia keeps fucking up the world government plans over and over and over again. So, you know, oh, did he blame violence on mental health and all that? Yeah, no, I mean, clearly most violence is perpetrated by people who are just greedy. You know, they want your shit, or they want your woman, or they want something that you have. That's usually what gets you killed, or they just want you gone. Like you're talking shit about them and causing them problems. They just want to get rid of you. It's not mental illness, but yeah, mental illness. I've read about dudes that like went crazy and like cut off their mom's heads and like shit down their neck and shit, like for real. Like I read about a guy that cut his mom's head off and literally aligned his asshole with her throat hole and shit down her throat. It's that really smart serial killer guy. And then he put her head like on the sink and he played darts for like 2 days. And he was like throwing darts into his mom's head. I can't ever think of people's name. The really smart guy. They made a Netflix show about the guy, but he's super smart. He's actually had inmates like kill themselves because of him, because he like fucks with their heads and gets them to kill themselves. And he's like a giant, like 7 foot guy that's like 500 pounds. Yeah, I like having Minnie on. He is cool. I like him. He's funny. Or actually, that was Mormo last night, wasn't it? I think he was on my show the night before. Well, I mean, there's links to pretty much everything, though. You know what I mean? Like they just like I don't know if hmm. Well, like I said, I got accosted by some crazy guy at the and I don't. I mean, if people have mental illness and shit, and I say stuff like crazy guy, I mean, I don't. I think like yeah, if you're like this guy, probably shouldn't be out by himself. You know what I mean? This guy needed a handler. You know, but he was like getting up in my face, like accusing me of staring at him and shit. And I didn't even know he was there. You know, I was just looking at sodas, and this guy came up out of nowhere accusing me of staring at him, and he kept shaking his head, acting all weird. Dude, in my mind, I was gearing up. I was gonna lay this fucker out, dude. He had like no teeth and like a shrunk jaw. I was gonna hit him in that little tiny fucking jaw. I was gonna knock it right off his fucking head, dude. If that guy even fucking, I didn't have any mace. I didn't have anything, dude. I mean, you know, this guy was about, it looked like he was about to attack. And I had already made up my mind I was physically going all in. You know what I mean? This guy could have had a knife or whatever. Came at me, killed me in the fucking, I didn't care. That guy lunged at me. His little fucking shrunken jaw was going to get sent into fucking space. I had him dead to right, man. I had it locked and loaded, baby. It was going to be vicious. Yeah, they like one of the charges is he tweeted watch OANN, the Georgia the Georgia Senate trials or whatever. You know, I mean, I don't know what it was, but I mean, it was just dumb. You know, they were like proof of conspiracy. I mean, if planning a protest is a conspiracy, then like why isn't Biden and Pelosi in prison for supporting the BLM rioters when they were burning down blocks of buildings? I remember the press, you know, were like, yeah, they're pulling storefront people out, beating them in the heads with bricks and killing them. They're lighting city blocks on fire. They're taking over police stations. Do you support that? Biden and Pelosi both said they supported it. You know what I mean? So why can't you charge them with all the fucking crimes every BLM member committed or protester committed? Well, that would be dumb, right? That was just their opinion. But it's the same thing going on here, man. Like I don't like. I guess if you're a Republican, you can't protest, you know. And it's weird. Like Republicans never protest anyway because they're conservative and they don't necessarily like the conservatives. They're not like minded. You know what I mean? There are gay conservatives. There are like uh really weird lifestyle. Like a lot of the Mormons are conservative and they like that. They're into polygamy and shit like that. You know. They don't necessarily agree with each other's lifestyles, so it's hard for them to get together to protest that everybody can just like do whatever the fuck they want, just stay out of my face, you know. The people that want to tell you what to do are the ones that get together and protest, you know, because they're all like hive minded. I'm not a hive mind, you know. So yeah, I think conservative protests are kind of awkward anyway. You know, I think you got, I mean, you know, you got all types showing up and they don't necessarily like each other. So, yeah, the New York thing, you know, he might have done something illegal. I don't know, but like, big deal. You know, I mean, he's basically being blackmailed by a pornographer, by a porn star that he fucked, you know. I mean, I don't know what part of pay me money or I'm going to release this to the news is not blackmail, you know. But they say if you pay off on a blackmail, you're actually committing a crime too. You know what I mean? You're supposed to go report it. Like I don't know. There was some guy in Congress that he had like an affair with a guy that was and it might have been a guy that like he was his teacher in high school, but I don't think he was fucking him in high school. But they had that kind of like weird, he had like some kind of dynamic over him, and he became like head of Congress. Dennis Haskins, I think his name was, and the guy had been blackmailing him for years. This guy was paying him like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year not to release that information, and they actually uncovered that through they actually covered that through they uncovered that through the Patriot Act, which that guy ran through. So I always like when people get busted with their own bullshit. Like every once in a while, one of these like big cancel culture type, uh, people that really champion that kind of stuff, will get canceled, and I always enjoy that. But I don't really like I don't give a fuck. It's like if people want to watch that shit, they can do that. I don't give a fuck. Like it's not like I've never thought I need to go stomp this out so that nobody can hear it. Normally anything I don't like, I think are just like stupid ideas anyway. So I don't really ever think they're gonna catch on. To me, it's like you could have like some Nazi rally down here. I don't think a lot of people would show up. I think more people would show up to like protest that, and there might be like 7 or 8 guys running around looking like a fucking moron. Like I don't care. Let them, dude. Like there's nobody going to fuck. Uh, they're probably going to get their ass kicked by somebody. Out in the street after the protest. So like all this like acting like it's some big thing that we have to stomp this out and we need laws against it and all that shit. No, the average person does not want this shit. And if you think they do, you're living in la la land. Nobody wants that kind of shit here in America. I don't even think those Nazi guys want that kind of like I don't even think they understand what they're championing, you know what I mean? They're just trying to be like pricks or something. Yeah, I hate Pence. I hate his guts. And not because of the January 6th. I've always hated him. I hated him before he even got involved with Trump. When he was the governor of Indiana, I hated him. And I've hated most Indiana politicians, They're always the same. They're exactly like Pence. They look like him, they talk like him, they act like him, they dress like him. But I will say most people in Indiana that I've heard from don't like Pence at all. So I don't even think Pence has a shot at winning Indiana. I don't even know why he's even in the. I don't know why anybody's even trying, unless they're trying for like VP or something. Which I think I like the Indian guy. I like the Hindu guy. Well, they did it actually to Trump. You can go back and look when his election was being his win was being certified. You had all kinds of Democrats standing up saying it was rigged and Russia actually won the election for him and all this shit. I mean, that went on for 4 fucking years. And then as soon as Biden gets in, if you even say that you think that the mail-in ballot thing, which is way more believable of being rigged than Russia somehow came in and took over everything and made it possible for Trump to win. I mean, that's way more believable than that. But if you even say that, I mean, you'll get kicked off of social media. You might lose your fucking job. I mean, It's fucking retarded. How can anyone even argue that there's not a witch hunt underway? I don't know how. I don't even care, right? Because I don't really think it matters what happens. Like what's going to happen is going to happen regardless. I mean, I thought Trump was going to fuck up the system, and he didn't. So I don't know what 4 more years of Trump's going to do anyway. I think the fucker will still put the same, globalist elite ass kisser politicians in his cabinet like he did last time. So I mean, what's the point? I guess I felt like my life was a little bit better the 4 years under Trump. I mean, compared to this nightmare reality I'm living under Biden. But you could also they'll say that's because of COVID and all that shit. That's not really his fault. This would happen to anybody. I don't believe it would be happening to anyone. I think we would be recovered by now. To be honest, I feel like we've got a boot on our throat, keeping us down. I think I think they do shit to try to crash the stock market, and the American people keep going out and investing in the stock market, even though it seems retarded to do so because of all the shit the government's doing. But they keep going out and they're losing on so many fronts. People aren't buying their bullshit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's fucked up that they wait till the exact time to charge him with all these crimes. So that he's tied up in court during the entirety of the campaign season. That seems to me, if they had just went for it like right after he committed the crimes supposedly and did it, I would have it and get it out of the way so he could like run if he didn't get found guilty. But no, they've literally. Dude, it's so fake. It's all fucking fake. Don't believe it, man. In my opinion, you can go along with it if you're a Democrat and you think somehow Biden winning a second term is in your best interest. Go for it, but I don't believe it's in your best interest. I don't believe any, like Republican or Democrat, any of the elite politicians that are like hobnobbing, especially the ones that hang out with each other, like the Clintons and the Bushes, and they have a long history of working together. Don't trust them, man. They don't have your best interest at heart at all. I don't think Trump does either, but I also don't think he's like trying to be self-serving. You know what I mean? He doesn't take a salary. I at least think Trump thinks what he wants to do is the right thing to do. He may run us into the ground. I don't agree with everything he says, but I get a vibe like Trump is running because he thinks shit's fucked up and he wants to change it. These other people don't ever want to change anything, and we're always voting for change. Every one of these fuckers get voted out, and we're always voting for change, and nothing ever changes. To me, but George W. Bush and Obama were the exact same president. If you love Obama, you should love Bush. If you love Bush, you should love Obama because they did the exact same shit. George W. Bush threw up the ball. Obama hit it home. And I tell you, all this shit with the Ukraine and all that shit would have been happening when Hillary went in right after Obama. They had it all set up. So we had 4 years of Trump with like no war, no nothing. And then as soon as he gets out, like literally like a couple days after Biden gets sworn in, the Ukraine Russia thing is all back. It's actually going down now. Just like that. So to me, it's like they just have their bullshit on pause. And they're doing some bullshit the entire time Trump's in office, but he can thwart them some, but not a lot. But then once Biden gets in there, he's just like green lighting all the fucking bullshit all day long, man. He has no, like, even if Trump, even if Biden was against something that they're trying to push through, I don't even think he has the capacity to even know what the fuck's going on. And I think they got a lot of blackmail shit on him. I think Biden's a guy that they could throw in jail right now. They've got a dossier on him, that would make Trump look like an angel. And he's just he's just check marking anything they want just to stay out of fucking prison, baby. And maybe his son can keep out of prison too. Well, that's what they're going for with Victor Von Der. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious they want to put NATO in there, right? So, I mean, yeah, there's going to be World War III, and that's one of my fears that they're going to start a World War III right before the election, just to make it even harder for there to be, because usually leadership doesn't change. I don't even know. Is there any way they could actually postpone the election due to some kind of world war breaking out or something like that? Somebody told me that, but I don't really think that's possible. But usually when a war breaks out, people automatically just back the sitting president. And I think there's been presidents that have done that move to stay in power before. But yeah, a war with see my theory is that all these countries are all in on it. You know what I mean? Like not everybody, but the very tip top of the leadership, they have a plan. I think they've been meeting in secret, and they want to do a world government, and they don't know how to get their people to fucking go along with it. So they got to make conditions, in all these countries around the world. I mean, I feel like we're gearing up for worldwide civil war. I think there's going to be a world war and a worldwide civil war going on at the same time. You know what I mean? It's going to be the mother of all fucking wars, dude. But I think that because of the way people are, I think it'll be a very quick war, and it'll be like order out of chaos. We have this new government system for the world that comes out of the chaos. It's a plan. It's order out of chaos. You cause a bunch of chaos, and then you're able to like rebuild it how you want to build it. You know what I mean? But I think that's like last case scenario. If they can't get the world people to go along with it, then it's just going to be chaos, man. You'll have so much shit going wrong that I mean, financially you're going to be fucked. All your kids are gay. Your wife's turning into a lesbian. They hate you. Everybody fuck. The young people hate you because you're a fucking boomer, and I mean, it's going to be a nightmare. It's just like all around people coming at you. You don't even know what the fuck's going to happen. I think that's a possibility. You know what I mean? And I don't want that to happen. Hmm. Minnie is a voice of the generation. He is from the 1960s, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, true. Night on me. Huh. Well, yeah, I'm going for that blue mini look. No, it shouldn't be. And one of my one of my big issues is prison reform. And honestly, Trump, his administration did do a lot for prison reform that previous like Obama had pledged to do that. And but yeah, I'm to me, I don't really feel like racism is a big problem in 2023. I mean, for the most part, everywhere I go, I just see like a bunch of different types of people. There's always a gay person dancing around everywhere I go. And they're not a race, but yeah, that's a like a different lifestyle. Like people seem to like tolerate each other, at least where I'm at, and I've been around a lot of places. I've lived in a few other places, and it's always the same. And to me, it's classism. You've got the wealthy are attacking the classes under them, and the court system is a classist system that should not be allowed to work the way it does. So, for instance, if I get picked up for drunk driving tomorrow, first time, or some black kid in the ghetto, uh, and some black kid from the ghetto gets pulled over drunk for the first time, um, I'm gonna call. I'm not. I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna speak. I want to talk to a lawyer, and then I'm gonna actually buy my own lawyer, and my lawyer is gonna have me out of jail right after they book me. Man, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna wait my trial. I'm gonna show up with my paid-for lawyer. They're probably going to offer me a deal. You know what I mean? Where I don't get any prison time. I have to pay a fine or something, and then I get to wear an ankle bracelet. The black kid, he's in jail till the trial happens. He can't afford a lawyer. He gets the book thrown at him. He gets turned into a slave for the government for like 4 or 5 years for the same crime, the very same crime. How is that fair? So yeah, with the no parole and all that shit, like I kind of like I'm not totally against it. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like some people should be able to get out if they have the money and others can't. You know what I mean? And I know they offer you a lawyer, but that's the public pretender. Those are people that are usually when you're a public defender, you're going to be running for office someday, and the last thing they want is to get some crazed maniac off on some technicality doing their job. So yeah, the whole system's fucked up, and it's designed to put poor people in prison. You got a lot of black people in prison, but they're all poor, and you got a lot of white people in prison who are just as poor. You know what I mean? In fact, I believe the majority of people in prison are white by numbers. Yeah, the percentages, like of the population, I think there's double the amount of black people in prison than their percentage of the population. But I think white people outnumber blacks, and that goes for welfare and everything that people try to like pin only on the black community. You know. Yeah, but he's just a guy that like talks a good game in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like a slick Willie. I like a guy that fumbles over his words sometimes. They're like a real guy. They're not reading off cue cards. Mr. Bass banned. Oh, he got banned. What did he get banned for? Is it possible he just deleted his channel? Yeah, I was checking out your channel, Connor. You should just start doing clips for yourself. I just put them all on your channel. Fuck it. Fuck him, man. You know what I mean? Get all this. I mean, I guess he might strike you or something if he has a problem with you, but I wouldn't care if somebody was clipping me. That's just more advertising for me, right? I mean, yeah, I don't like. I love hanging. I love conversing with people that think differently from me, and I have a hard time getting people that think differently from me to believe that. You know what I mean? Because they're used to just like hanging out and talking to people that have the same ideas. I might even like believe. I mean, I might even like personally believe even what you say, and I might still question you about it because I might question myself, and I'm going to throw these questions out at you to see how what your take is on it. You know what I mean? But people always like take that as I'm coming at them, and I'm not. I'm very interested in other people's takes. I don't devalue it. That's why I go around all these different. I mean, I'm literally banned from every political website just for asking questions and not being a troll or fucking with anybody. They just ban me because of my questions I ask them. It's usually challenging, and instead of answering it, they just ban me. And I don't like people like that. Fuck them. I can stay banned. I don't need to support your fucking bullshit. Didn't like I remember something like when Trump first went into office, didn't a bunch of women put on pussy cat hats and like charge into Congress and like bust into people's offices and shit? I remember that because I remember them busting into somebody's office, like a Republican guy's office, like going at him, and they had to get security out there. Yeah. Yeah, I knew people that supported that would not go down into CHOP, and they were right there. I was like, "Well, go down there and stream and get some footage." Hell no, I ain't going down there. When you're afraid to go down to the place with the people that you're supporting are at, you know, that to me makes no fucking sense. Because if I was into that, I'd be right down there with them, man, hanging out. I'd be streaming the whole night. I wouldn't give a fuck. I mean, I'm about to hire a guy who could probably make $200,000 selling my bones to witch doctors as a bone of white man. I'm going to allow this guy to put me in a straitjacket and put me in a circle pit of fire and exercise me. So yeah, I'll put my money where my mouth is, homie. Oh yeah, I was watching some of that earlier. That was crazy. I enjoy watching this Fousey guy. It makes me realize I have absolutely no chance at doing IRL. So I don't even try now. I was thinking about doing IRL, but the IRL game is like, the people that were hot like a couple like last year, I was like, I can do this. These guys are like going all over the globe, fucking with people, getting arrested. This Fauci guy, I could never do what he's doing, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it. So why even try? But I enjoy watching it. He gets a lot of viewers, and I'm right there watching too. I hope he gets out. I hope he keeps doing his thing. I would like to know what happened to Ice Poseidon. I'm not really sure what happened. I was watching the night him and Sam Peppers were. He had just gotten out of Thailand. He had gotten released to leave Thailand, and he went to Japan. He had just got there, and him and Sam Peppers were gambling in a coffee shop, and somebody called the cops, and they came and they detached his backpack, and he hasn't been back since. I haven't heard if he got arrested or what. But he literally was only done with the Thailand shit for like 2 hours, man. Like, you know, yeah. But I would pay anybody to close their mouth. You know what I mean? Not just a porn star. But I mean, yeah, it being a porn star, I think you honestly, I wouldn't fuck a porn star raw. And by all accounts, Trump fucked a porn star raw. You know what I mean? That does to me. It's like everybody goes, "Well, why do you care if Monica Lewinsky gave Clinton a blowjob?" Well, to me, I think that sitting at the Oval Office desk as president of the United States, having a college intern blow you, that's very poor decision making, man. I mean, that's not something I want to vote for. The guy that would do that is a complete retard. Doesn't care about anything, man. Out of control. Same thing with that. You know, I'm kind of like I don't know, man. I wouldn't fuck. Stormy Daniels without a rubber. I wouldn't even, I like honestly, I wouldn't even fuck a porn star with a rubber. You know, I appreciate what they do. I understand that they have a service, you know, that they provide, and I understand, you know, people might treat them differently because of their profession and it's wrong and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like OCD. I would be too scared. I would just feel like if I did anything with this chick, I'm getting something for sure, and I don't. And then I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. I wouldn't be able to like. So why even bother? You know what I mean? Hmm. Guess I'm pretty far down here. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. If I miss any comments, I'm sorry. If it was really important, please contact. Because I'm like really behind, so I'm just going to jump up a little bit here. I don't want everybody leaving on me. Yeah, that would be cool. Like, isn't it something like if you make under 20,000 a year, you don't have to pay any taxes at all? Like they may take it out of your check, but I think you get it all back at the end of the year. Is that correct? Because I that's one thing I always hated about the government. You know, I knew a lot of broke ass people, and they were taking like one third of their fucking money, and they were not making anything, man. You know? Yeah, I lost last year. I lost a shitload in stocks. I lost so much in stocks last year that it's something like I can take like a $3,000 credit for the next 10 years or something like that. You know, on my taxes just from that 1 year. It was bad. Yeah, I was against that too. I felt like he should have been pardoned. I hate that Assange gets so much shit, and honestly, he gets a lot of shit from the liberals. And I remember he was the liberal darling, you know, but because what he did kind of helped Trump get into office, but he was exposing crimes that your people, your favorite politicians were doing. And you don't care about that? That's what I'm saying. I don't buy into people's moralities because at the end of the day, uh, they act like they have all these high morals and they don't apply it to their candidate. You know, I do. If anyone I was into was doing something that I didn't agree with, or I felt like he did something illegal, I'd be the first to point it out, man. Yeah, it's kind of like Russia kind of fucked them. You know, when I say them, I'm talking about like the UN and all these different treaties they were in with all these different countries and shit. They all have different names, you know. They were in the G9. I think they quit. I remember they were about to push through that global carbon tax, and Russia hacked the UN science servers, and they literally had emails of some of the top scientists talking about how stupid everybody was, you know, that they believed this shit, and that how they're going to make all this money, and India, it caused India and another country to back out. I forget which one. So the whole thing collapsed. So I'm against a world carbon tax. So I'm glad Russia did that, man. You know what I mean? I like having once you get rid of the anti world government influences in the world, they're just free to like do whatever they want to do. Russia's the only people that are even like have any kind of power or influence, and it's mainly through uh, you know, their control of the oil and all that fucking shit, natural gas. I mean, um, they could really fuck us up if they wanted to, without even, launching a bomb. So that's why, we're kind of scared of them. China could do it too, but China we've kind of just we just kind of trusted them. You know what I mean? We're in a position now where China could fuck us, but it's all through our own doing. You know, they don't. It's not necessarily because they had anything. I mean, they have a lot of people. I think they're a civilian army battle against China would be gnarly. You know, of course they have so many people, but I don't think those type of wars will ever be fought again. You know, they may be on small scales, but I think the wars of the future are all going to be drones, unmanned, everything. Whoever's got the baddest technology is going to win. Yeah, I get that, Victor, but you know what? It's the same. It's the same all over the world. I can't believe how many fat Chinese people there are. I mean, there's some really fat Chinese people. I didn't even know that existed until I started like reading more about China and shit. They have a really bad obesity problem there. And I think it's the same way. I think it's the same reason it is here. I think our food is riddled with chemicals that make us feel sick, and it leads us to like not being as active and eating more to try to get the nutrients that the food we ate didn't have in it. So we get a lot of calories, no nutrients, and that's what we live on. And I think the Chinese people are getting a lot of that too. Oh, hello, Aluminum Brain. I hope you're still here. That was quite a while. That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to catch up with chat. You know what I mean? But, um, yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm just a guy. I usually don't talk about politics. This is a weird night. Mormo brought it up, and then I think he took off. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's always been a class system. But that's what I mean. If you're really concerned about, I mean, the whole thing that people hate about the racism, you can apply to classism, but they don't care about that, right? Because I think most people are just driven by this mainstream narrative that's always in your head, of what's right and wrong. Did he get it dropped? I heard that they took the plea deal away. But yeah, as part of the plea deal, he actually admitted that he took money from a foreign entity and split it with his dad. And then that got into the media, and they took that away. So what do they do now? They just dropped it altogether. He doesn't even have to do anything now, so that we can't say that he pled guilty to committing a crime that he split the money with his dad. I mean, that's bullshit. And if you can't recognize if that's true and if you can't recognize that's the reason, I feel sorry for you, son. You're gonna get hurt. By numbers, you have double the white prisoners behind bars, but they also outnumber blacks in the general population by 4 or 5 to 1. Yeah, true. But still, it's not like no white people are on welfare. It's not like no white people are on. The majority are. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is, like, even if you got rid of everybody that you think is somehow leeching off the system, you still have like the majority of. I mean, there would still be a lot of people on that system from just from the white people. You know what I mean? So I don't like immigrants using it, and I'll tell you why. It's because they haven't paid into it. I feel like if you're an American, uh, even if you yourself have been homeless since the time you started working and you never worked, somebody paid for you. Your family did, your parents did, or somebody. Like just to go move to another country and be have your whole life paid for your kids all the way through college under that Dream Act. I can't. I don't even know how that even got passed or how anybody even like supports that. Me as an American, I had to pay for my own college, and I paid on it for many years. I think I was still paying on my college when that Dream Act got passed, and I pay a lot of taxes on my homeowners. Taxes go to the local community college. Like I think like I got to pay them 250 or 300 a year in taxes to the local community college for those people to go to school. And I don't know. I'm like, yeah, make it free. Give me my money back. Oh, we can't do that. Well, why not? Or give me something. You know what I mean? Like, or until then, keep paying because I had to pay for it. You know what I mean? I don't want. That's my thing about the free. Like everybody wants their. I'm not against free education. If you want to say, look, make college free right now, that's fine. But giving all these people that took loans out a pass and just forgiving their loan, fuck that, man. Because I couldn't pay my fucking loan, and they just took half my paycheck for like years, dude. I barely got by, till my shit got paid off. So they can pay their fucking shit too. You know what I mean? I know it's a scam. I know it's fucked up. Or give me my 50 grand back, motherfuckers. Throw in another 50 for the pain and suffering you caused me. Just trying to establish myself after college. Exactly, Grady. When you talk with someone who disagrees, it causes you to sharpen your own ideas. It's a good thing. People want conformity instead. Yeah, definitely. People have changed my mind. I'm a very open-minded person. If you're listening to me and you're thinking I'm like all on one side or my mind cannot be changed, my mind can be changed if you show me the proof, like of what you're saying. If you back up your ideas and I'm looking at it but yeah, I've had my mind changed many times. Yes, I agree. Come to the res. Everyone goes to the iron TP. Even my grandma's been in the clink. Hmm. I like how Billy just shouts out. He's like promoting the new Barbie movie. Oh yeah, Billy picked up on that too. I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about you, Billy, about that chop thing. I felt like you should have went down there, man. That would have been all. I think I was even like trying to get you to go down there. I'm sure I wasn't the only one. Exactly, that would have been awesome. Did you not go down there though because you felt unsafe, or did you feel like somehow you would be like be seen as like trying to make fun of their cause or something like that? I like the thing about Chop is it got shut down because like they killed like an unarmed black teen trying to enter. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's not funny that that happened, but like their whole thing is they're against the cops because they keep shooting unarmed black teens, and then they ended up there was a somebody that was trying to get into the chop area, and they shot and killed him, thinking he was going to do something, and it was like an unarmed black teen. So that's what I'm talking about. I always love when people say one thing and then that thing happens to them. I love it. You know. Of course, it didn't matter what their point. It to them, their point didn't change. That was a mistake. All the other stuff was because of racism, and I do think that there is some racism involved. Like the thing about the police brutality to me is, first of all, you'll find videos of them doing shit like that to white people, and if you want to get to a segment of the white population that gets brutalized by the police, it is skateboarders. You know, you'll find all kinds of videos of police fucking with skateboarders. You know, like literally taking their skateboards and cracking them over the head with it. You know, like all they're doing is just like skating around. They're punks. They're assholes. You know. Yeah, they might annoy you. They're skating around in the fucking park. The cops come out there. There's tons of videos where the cops just degrade and beat their ass and everything. You know what I mean? Nobody talks about it. They're not really doing anything. Am I on IP2 now? I don't know. I fuck anybody without a rubber. Yeah, I don't. I haven't used a lot of them myself, but I've never banged a porn star. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I talked about this one night. I had like an erotic nightmare with Hillary when I was like in college. I remember it, and she was the first lady, and I didn't really have a problem with the Clintons at that time, but I wasn't like really into them either. I've always been anti-authority, so I wasn't really a Clinton fan. But I hate the Bushes, man. I mean, I hate their guts. So I was glad Bush Senior got voted out. But I had this dream where Hillary came in and she was in a pantsuit, like a business pantsuit, and she like unbuttoned her pantsuit and she showed me her abs, and she had those like 6 minute abs, because that was the other thing that was going on at the time. They were always having those 6 minute ab info commercials. So she undoes her pantsuit and she has like 6 minute abs and her stomach's like all tan and like washboard and shit. I woke up like screaming. I hear Hillary has a relationship with that Arab lady. I don't know. Like they say that's not true, but I kind of feel like it might be, because I don't. You know, she doesn't really have any kind of relationship with Bill at this point. And she does seem to have some like manly women friends. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. When I was in Denmark, there was a scandal where a politician was having sex with a teenager, and this married couple was torn on if it mattered. The husband was like, "It has nothing to do with politics." I mean, yeah, that to me does have everything to do with politics. You know what I mean? Like, I'm with you there. If you're having an affair or something, and two consenting adults, that's a problem between you and your wife. Does that mean you cannot do what I need you to do as president? You know, no, it doesn't to me. But if you're having sex with a teenager, like, I mean, to me, that's like a whole different level. You know what I mean? Now you're talking about like you're breaking laws, you're doing all this other fucking shit. No, send this guy to fucking prison, man, or at least don't vote for him. Yeah, yeah, you do go viral. Like every time you sneeze, it goes viral. Oh, the Iron Teepees is gel. Sorry, the Barbie was okay, not great, but the costumes, the set were awesome. Yeah, my wife's been watching this Ryan Gosling music video. of Barbie, and I think it kind of the like I had no interest in seeing it, not because of the woke thing and all that shit. I'm a guy, you know. I'm an old man, you know what I mean? Like, why would I go see Barbie? But and I really don't see why anybody over 12 would want to go see Barbie, but apparently there's like a lot of like 30-year-old women that are still into Barbie and shit. And I think I was probably into Star Wars, up until my 30s too. So who am I to throw stones? Dude, this has been the most brutal summer of my life. I mean, not only with the inflation and how much money I've been spending, but the heat here. I mean, it's like on average like 110, 112 degrees every fucking day, and it's not like that here. I can't even remember it ever getting that hot here. I mean, it's known for being hot here, but it's usually around 100. To be like that all summer long is just like, and I mean, my grass is just like crispy, and I feel like you could probably just throw a match outside, and the whole neighborhood would go up in flames. So hopefully we get some rain here pretty soon, but we just hit hurricane. I mean, we're in hurricane season, so I do not want to get a hurricane. I mean, that's like the last thing I need. I'm just now starting to get my roof taken care of from when a tropical storm sent a fucking tree through my fucking house. And that's costing me thousands and thousands of fucking dollars that, I really don't have, but I have it, but I don't now. Are you uh are you Native American aluminum? Just wondering. Um yeah, my friend I have a friend that when I was at college, he just like he quit everything, he sold everything. He bought a bicycle and he flew to Georgia and he like dipped his foot in the Atlantic Ocean and he rode his bicycle across America. And he ended up in a Native American reservation and he was hanging out with a bunch of Indian or a bunch of Native Americans and they were getting drunk and stuff. And this guy, like after they got drunk, this guy went nuts and like threatened to scalp him. And he had like a big knife out, and there was like three guys saying that they were going to scalp him. But he said some like old elder Indian guy came in and like ran them all off. But that's the only bad thing I've ever heard about. That's the only bad story I've ever heard about a native reservation. By the way, I don't want to make it. I don't want to scare you guys off. I go to a casino sometimes where it's on native land and it's all run by natives. They don't fuck with me. But he was like staying there or something for like a few days. Yeah, they definitely are racist there. I mean, that's why they're living there, right? There's no other people. But this is how, like, where I grew up in Indiana, like, no one was racist, right? They're all like me. Like, if they heard you say something about black people, they would just go after you. Well, I'm not really like that. At one time, I think I might have been. But now I'm just like, whatever, man. I can't, what difference does it make? I forget where I was going with that. Sorry. By the way, I'm on a like a spiritual quest right now. I'm on my second day. I'm not taking any gummies. I'm not drinking. I'm completely sober, but I still feel fucked up. Like I've still got stuff in my system. So I'm trying to like completely dry out. I'm trying to be completely you know, clear-minded. Hopefully I'm catching up. You see what time is it? Yeah, I'm only 6 minutes behind now. Oh, you know, Bill's got herpes. And one of my favorite stories is are you guys aware of Sweet Sweet Connie? There's a Bachman Turner Overdrive song. We're an American band, and they write us. And one of the verses is about a notorious groupie named Sweet Sweet Connie from Arkansas. Well, Clinton fucked Sweet Sweet Connie, and she like she wrote about it. So if you're not aware of that, you should look up all of Sweet Sweet Connie's writings about Clinton. It's a pretty interesting read. Yeah, I don't know what kind. To me, I'm just thinking it's like a kids movie, right? But it looked really like the way it was filmed. I guess mainly the colors and stuff were kind of cool. But it's the kind of thing like 10 years from now is going to look really dated, probably. That's why I wouldn't want to do a movie like filmed like that. Hmm. Oh, that sounds nice, Victor. Hmm. Yeah, I keep talking to people in Indiana, and they keep telling me they're getting ash from some Canadian wildfire, which I didn't even know was going on. But apparently, like there's a big wildfire in Canada, and then you got the thing that happened in Maui or Hawaii, and yeah, there's a lot of like the weather's been horrible this year, man. Didn't we start off the year with Mongo setting a fire in Oregon, or at least they say he did. Dude, the American government should just have casinos everywhere. To be honest with you, I don't know why they don't. All these drugs, all this shit should be legal. You just pay a tax. That's something that being rich can give you. If you want to go, do some toot, and you want to pay that extra $50 tax or whatever, go for it. You can be classist in the toot room all night. I don't give a fuck. But at least have them paying taxes. You know what I mean? And I'm talking all drugs. I don't even care. Like even if you want antibiotics, I feel like you should be able to. Look, dude. I literally went to some of those med clinics at the grocery store before, and I saw the doctor who was prescribing my medicine look up my symptoms on Wikipedia, dude. Okay, I can do that. So I feel like if I feel like I've got an infection, and there's testing strips and shit you can buy, you know for a fact if you got something. I feel like I should just be able to go down and buy some antibiotics. You can do it in Mexico. Oh, really? My wife's great grandparents are like full-blooded American Indian. So she has a more of a native look to her. But the rest of her is like Hispanic. But a lot of people think she's Filipino or Asian. Like when we go to Jollibee's, like all these Filipino chicks there come up and start talking to her and tag along, and they think that I'm like a guy that like mail order brided my wife. It's like weird, but I like Jollibee, so I still go there. People say that stuff. I've never had a problem with a native though myself, but yeah, I've been told like they're like, you look when you go to those casinos, don't fuck around with the locals because they can like literally just take you somewhere and kill you, and won't face charges. But I don't necessarily believe the tribe wouldn't, like, if they had some guy that was just killing tourists on their fucking reservation. I have a hard time believing they would just let that go. You know what I mean? It doesn't pass the sniff test to me, but maybe they would. I don't know. Well, they probably they're smart. Like, I remember, like, when I was a kid, we would go to Florida, and there was some American or Native American. I'm trying to move away from calling Native Americans Indian. You know what I mean? Because it's just not a factual statement. You know what I mean? Indians are Indians, and Native Americans are Native Americans. But I keep saying Indian, so Um, but yeah, they would sell cigarettes, tax-free cigarettes, which they're making a killing just off the normal prices of the cigarettes. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, I would be doing stuff like that too. I mean, it's a smart thing to do. They're just like doing popular things that would be popular with the surrounding area to bring them in. And that's what the American government should be doing this shit. You know what I mean? That way, I really think that the government could make a lot more money if they just made everybody a lot more happier. I feel like if you like did away with income tax, they could make more money other ways, probably just from casino type shit, stuff like that. Let us take the money we would have just given you in taxes and give us an opportunity to win 1 million with it. More than likely, we're all going to lose it. We're going to give it to you anyway through taxes. Let us just have one spin of a wheel every year when we pay our taxes, that we might become a millionaire. I think that would make me a little bit happier than I'm just going to take your money and you're not going to get anything. Oh, really? Yeah. Hmm. What is that? So the Inuits are Eskimos, right? So what is the I can't even pronounce that. I don't know what that is, but yeah, Eskimo is like a word like if you look it up, it literally means like human flesh eater or something like that. And that's like one of those words people still use. Sometimes they'll say like Eskimo kissing or stuff like that. That's one word that like I think people probably shouldn't call somebody. You know what I mean? Moving ahead here. I'm a hillbilly. We tend to go on with natives just fine. Neither one of us are pretentious. I'll tell you what, man, there's little difference between a Mexican and a Texan. And you don't have to look any further than the cartoon, The Tijuana Toads, okay? That was a cartoon that was put out by the Pink Panther people, and it featured some Mexican toads. They were wearing a sombrero, and they had a Mexican accent. And then it was deemed like kind of racist. So they changed it to Texas toads, and they changed nothing else. The sombreros turned into a floppy hillbilly hat without having to change anything. Exact same hat. They had Southern accents instead, but everything they did, the Texan culture and the Mexican culture was like exactly the fucking same, dude. There was like no difference. And Mexican people, like, they're really into like country music too. I don't think a lot of people realize, because you always hear like a certain type of Mexican music associated, but I would say most of them listen to like this Tejano music, which is like a folk country. crossed with polka music, and they wear like cowboy outfits and they line dance and shit, you know. So culturally, Mexicans are not that far off from American. Now, I think South American culture is a lot different from America, and I think people tend to lump the South Americans in with the Mexicans, you know. But Mexicans are North American, you know. Mm. What do you guys think about the Redskins controversy? Because to me, I always brought that up my whole life, you know. I would say there's a football team that's literally called the Redskins. You know what I mean? It's literally referencing a skin color. Now, to me, natives are not red. You know, I don't think like they say Japanese or yellow. I personally, I feel like when you're talking about white and black people, I would just put natives in with the white people. You know, but I mean, yeah, they're different. You know, so but I would see these documentaries where they would say the Redskins out of all the teams, you know, the Chiefs, you know, the other teams that are based on native mascots, you know, like they love the Redskins, they, you know, and I saw documentaries where they would show bars at the reservations. Everybody's got Redskin shirts on, you know. So I wondered how the natives really is that something that's like white Americans are like trying to speak on behalf of the natives to get that changed, or is that something like native people really care about? Because like me, when people call me white, I don't get offended, even though I'm not, you know, this color, you know. Mm, yeah. Let me see what sports teams called themselves Redskins or Braves because they respected a warrior culture. These days, people just want to get bent out of shape over everything. And yeah, I do think because with sports teams, like you want a name that's like bad. You know what I mean? Like you're not like we're the Washington Pussies or something like that. You know, the Pussycats or something like that. Although they probably are going to come out with a team like the Pussycats or something nowadays. I can totally see something like that happening, but there is like a respect to that name. You know, like when you're while you're giving your team that name. You know, but that doesn't mean it's not racist, and that doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt people's feelings and shit. I mean, to me, that was just like straight. Like they would talk about the Chiefs and stuff. They wouldn't really because they were a more popular team at the time, and they had the tomahawk chop or the Braves, the Atlanta Braves. They were winning like the World Series a lot, and everybody was concerned about the tomahawk chop. And I was sitting there thinking, there's a team literally calling themselves Red Skin. Okay, does anyone see this? You know, and like everyone's, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, well, who cares? Why is that bad? So I can't figure out like people. You know, I can't figure out like where they're coming from. I think. To me, I think most people are well-meaning, and they see a documentary and it like really like stirs them up and they want to go out and they want to fight for it or whatever, but they don't know a lot. They're missing a lot of context sometimes, you know. Yeah, and if those were black people, you would say like if that was Aunt Jemima or something. Because I mean, dude, like the original Aunt Jemima was not that hot, but the one they canceled, the new Aunt Jemima, hey, she wasn't bad. I think Uncle Ben's running for. Well, I'm not going to say that. I mean, it's not. I wasn't going to say anything racist, but it could be. It could be considered that possibly. I don't want to say it. Hmm. Yeah, I love those German beer girls. Those outfits they wear and all that. Mormo. How
Yo,
long
what's
you?
up, Grady?
How long? How long you been there, bro? I've been in my own world for like the last hour.
Yeah, probably like 10, 15 minutes or something.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that guy showed up, but I'm not gonna go yet. I'm gonna hang out with you a little bit. Usually, when that guy shows up, I take off, but I'm gonna hang out with you a little bit.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I didn't mean to bring down your podcast or anything. I was just excited about watching the debate and all that. And
No, no, that's no problem. I watched a little bit of it, but to me, it's like, do you really think any of those people are gonna get the nomination? I mean, I guess if Trump goes to prison and he can't run or something, they would have to, right?
yeah,
But
well, yeah, someone will have to go, or I think Trump also has to pick a VP. So,
they keep saying that Trump can still run from prison, but I heard DeSantis talking about tonight about how they can like vote to make it so he can't do that or whatever, you know.
oh wow,
So, which
yeah,
it is kind of fucked. You can't vote if you're a felon. How can you run for prison? How can you run for president? You know what I mean? But
I guess all I say is I got my medication under Trump, and I watched all of his speeches, and I was probably like with him about 85% of the time, like saying
mm.
"Go Trump," and so
So what did
I'm not somebody who hates Trump like a lot of people do, but
you?
I don't
You
hate.
like you hate it? You hate all the like. You're sick of hearing about him, basically, right? Like,
Yeah, it's just hearing about him all the time just makes me like on edge, or like
yeah.
agitates me, I guess you could say.
Well, that's the thing about me as more of a conservative. Trump did a lot of stuff I think the Democrats should like, you know, and more than some of the Democrat presidents have done, you know. And he was given like the black colleges the most money they've ever gotten, you know, ever, you know.
Oh
Biden came
yeah.
in, he stopped all that, you know. I think he did some stuff that I think gays and lesbians, because he seemed to be like trying to like extend these olive branches to people. So he would do stuff to like try to get them to like him or something, you know what I mean? And it would always backfire on him, but you know, at least you were getting something done. I mean, if you got a guy in there that you can like manipulate like that to do stuff for you, just because he wants you to like him, you know, I mean, that's better than what you got with Biden, in my opinion, because he's not doing anything for anybody.
Yeah, around here there's a guy named Roy Blunt who was a big um supporter of mental health, and you also got Josh Hawley, who I'm also a fan of, and see him as someone who's not afraid to reach across the aisle. You know what I mean? And I respect that. And
Right. All right. Have a good night, Victor. Yeah, I was like so far behind in my messages. I looked, I was like a half hour behind. I was just sitting here like going off, man.
yeah, you got a good chat going on. How many viewers did you get tonight?
Hmm, maybe like 10 or 11.
That's, as long as the chat's going, that makes me happy.
Somebody told me they found me on IP2. I'm gonna go look, see if I'm on there. Because last time I looked, I wasn't on there. I don't think.
That'd be cool.
That would definitely help me out because I noticed I got more viewers tonight than I usually do. Hmm. No, I don't see myself on there.
Yeah, nowadays my live streams are getting more views than my pre-recorded videos on my channel.
Oh, really? No, my pre-records do much better than my lives. Like once I shut this down, like maybe about an hour afterwards, I might get a few, and I think those are mainly like views that were coming in that at the very end of the show. And
Oh,
then I don't get another view on those ever. Like no one looks at them ever. But if I were to like record this and upload it, I would get views forever. I would still get views like 2, 3 weeks from now in this video.
are you on StreamYard? Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Um,
Yeah.
have you ever tried their editing tools?
Yeah, I like I have a cyber director I use to edit.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot better program, I think. That editing tool on StreamYard especially is kind of herky jerky for me. And it's probably because I don't know how to use it. It's probably a special way that I'm
It's
just
not
always
it's not
trying to.
great. I just like it because you don't have to download the whole stream. You can just clip
Oh yeah, yeah,
the certain
yeah. But
parts you want.
but you can do that on YouTube. Also, they have that editor. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't.
You go into what is it? Your studio, and I think it says editor or something on the side. Or wait a minute, let me go. You go content, and I'll just bring up a video. Okay, yeah. So if you go into your studio and you go to the video you want to edit, on
Uh-huh.
the left you'll see it says editor,
Oh,
and I think that one's actually a lot better than the one on Streamyard. It's a lot easier to work, in my opinion.
okay. And you can
Be,
download clips from it.
no, what it does is it edits the clip that's actually there.
And then just uploads it to your
Re-up. Oh, well,
channel.
you can cut stuff out, and then I think you can make shorts. You can use that to make shorts and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know if you could actually make a 16:9 clip. You know what I mean? With that, I don't know for sure. I've never tried to do that, but I usually download everything and I cut everything up in my Cyber Director uh, program.
Right on. Yeah, lately it seems like every time I go live, something good happens, like a celebrity joins the live or I get donos. But like, I've just been on a real lucky streak with live streams lately.
Yeah, me too. So I saw like Minnie Mancy called in yesterday. So how did that go?
It went awesome. It was a very entertaining call. JJ, his audio started to get farty, so I kicked him out off the stream. And then he stayed in the studio, and eventually I kicked him out of the studio. But his audio was farty.
Yeah, Connor is a good clips page. He does a lot of clips, and I subscribe to him. I would suggest subscribing to him if you like
Right on.
clips. He does like a big variety of all like a lot of the IP2 type people. His name is Mormo Zine, and you can find him by looking up Mormo Zine on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's a interesting guy. He's mainly into movies and stuff like that, and
Food,
marketing.
marketing.
Hey, no problem, Connor. I mean it too.
Yeah, I'm always looking for people to do clips. That sounds like an awesome business Connor has.
It's kind of weird. Like you made that you made that Minnie Manson diss track, and then all of a sudden you guys seem like you're becoming friends.
Yeah, I used to boo him, but the thing is, like I used to write boo exclamation point on all of his videos, But the thing is that that's engagement, and it helps out his videos in the algorithm.
Yeah. Well, he's gothic. He probably likes Boo with an explanation. He
Yeah.
probably thinks it's some kind of gothic call you're sending out to him because I love that video. I played it to start off my show the other night where he's doing Sweet Dreams and he goes out in the crowd and I think some guy starts telling him he's gonna kick his fucking ass and he gets all freaked out.
That's awesome.
He's completely naked and he's wearing like shiny underwear.
Oh wow.
That's the
I
thing
saw
about
that. I did see that.
that's the thing about Minnie Manson is I think no one thinks that's a woman. That's somebody that people are usually shocked when they find out that's a woman.
Yeah.
And he's got brain damage from he calls it a trans bashing. I guess when the Cubs won the World Series like a few years ago, he
Yeah.
went out into the streets to celebrate with everybody. And some guy was in his way and he was like, "Hey, get out of my way, you fucking jerk." And this guy turned around and just like beat his fucking ass down. And he said that's like a trans bashing, but I really think that the guy probably thought it was just some dude, some big mouth dude. And that's the thing about being a dude. You that's what I try to tell women, you know what I mean? Because I know some women who are like transitioning or they're just a manly like lesbian or something, and they get really mouthy with dudes. And I'm telling you, like, their thing is they think dudes can just go around and say whatever they want, nothing happens to them. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no,
Oh,
that's not the case. As a dude, I have to pick and choose. If there's some guy there that's going to beat my fucking ass, guaranteed I ain't going to fucking say nothing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, you'll get your ass handed. You got to be able to back it up. If you to be able to fucking talk the talk, you got to be able to back it up. And what that means is, if some dude comes up to you and he's going to use his might against you to shut your mouth up, you got to be able to. I don't. You know what I mean? There are some people. I've had some people go, "Hey, why don't you shut up, you fucking jerk?" I'd be like, "What are you going to fucking do about it, right?" And they
Yeah.
fucking back off. But if some big motherfucker come up to me and stuff, I'd just be like, "Sorry, sir. Sorry, sorry, I bothered you."
I got to introduce Toxic AI to Minnie Manson,
Mm.
and it was all there. There was no trolls or anything in the room, so it went well.
Yes, Chris. Minnie is a biologically a woman. He was born a man. He had his breast removed. He was on testosterone, and it turned out he was diabetic. He didn't know it, and the testosterone made his clit fall off or something. Like he got a condition known as diabetic clit,
Wow.
and he quit taking the testosterone at that point. So, but yeah, he's like he's a woman, and like I think last night when he came on camera, you can kind of tell more when he's not all made up that he is like a lady.
Yeah.
But I think when he's out and about, it's hard for people to tell, and he's very mouthy. So I always worry Minnie's going to get his ass kicked. Go to Mormo's Gumroad. He has videos there and teachings.
Yeah, I got it pretty cool. I've decided to give up all the affiliate schemes, all the pyramid schemes, and just concentrate on marketing my own products and offers. And I'm doing that through Gumroad and eBay. But I'm done like promoting other people's affiliate schemes and pyramid schemes and all of that.
Were you making any kind of money off of that stuff at all?
I made some money as an affiliate, but I never made any money with the pyramid scheme.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, anyways, thanks so much, Grady. Have a great night.
All right. Well, you have a good one. Thanks for calling in, Mormo. I appreciate it. I'm happily sheltered from the madness. Men are men and women are ridiculous in my world, as it should be. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of like I don't know, like I don't really use this term much anymore, but I used to just like use it like I was just saying like any other word. But I would use the word bitch a lot. I'd be like, "Oh, this bitch over here thinks that this and that." And I wouldn't even like mean it as a bad thing. That whole female dog and all that, like that's not even, and I wouldn't even mean it as a put down. Like I just got to the point where I was referring to women as bitches, like all the time. Like I'd be like be talking to my girlfriend, and I'd be like, or my wife, and I'd be like, yeah, that bitch that works in there. And then finally they were like, well, you shouldn't always be, calling women, you're calling all women bitches when you do that. That's not cool. And I started thinking about it. I was like, well, yeah, I guess I shouldn't just like. I mean, I guess it is a derogatory term. You know what I mean? But I was even calling my male friends bitches and shit. And I would even say that I was a bitch. I was like, I really love that word. But I have some people in my life start, like women, and then I start thinking, it was like, I hear you guys calling every woman a cunt, everything else. You know what I mean? Like, women don't really like each other that much. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like it. Sure, they hang out and stuff, but like I've said, like I went out, it's like me and four other chicks, and like one chick leaves, and like as soon as they leave, that's all they talk about, and it's nothing good. They're always talking, talking all their personal shit, fine tooth combing every move they've made, talking about how stupid they are and all this shit. I've never seen guys do shit like that. In fact, I think I do that when I'm hanging with a bunch of guys because I'm used to hanging around with a bunch of chicks, and like usually guys will be like, call me out, like, "Hey man, that's not cool." But women are like into that. Oh, I thought I pinned it, but actually, I think I'm about to get out of here. I've been going about an hour 45, and I think everything's been going pretty well tonight. So I can normally when my show ends, like literally, there's no one else here but me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the whole concept in stand-up comedy where you go out on a high note. So I actually got 8 people watching right now. That's like unbelievable. Yeah, we talk super offensive, but you got to be careful. You can't say it unless you're friend. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Does it bother you if you hear like just a guy refer to some other chick that you don't know anything about as a bitch? Though, does it? Because that's what was happening to me. Like, I would just be like, "Go that bitch in the store," said I had to like prepay or something. Oh, why'd you call her a bitch? I don't even know why for some reason, like I said, like it's not cool just to go around, I guess, referring to women as bitches all the time. But honestly, I don't think I was the only one. I think during that period, I'm talking like the 90s, early 2000s, I think everybody was talking like that. I remember very clearly dudes calling me a bitch, like friends of mine. I don't like using the same word over and over and over again, anything. So I usually switch it up. Yeah, but you're a professional, Billy. You used to call everyone. I think I even called my mom a bitch one time. Like I even I didn't even like think about it. Like and my mom was like, "What the fuck?" My whole family was gonna disown me, and I was like, "No, no, I didn't mean it like that." You know. No, that's this fake Billy the Fridge that trolls me. I don't know why. The real Billy the Fridge would never be caught dead here. Believe me. I've tried to get him over here. I honestly, I don't use it at all. I think that's why I'm so bored. Like, even like tonight, I've been trying to get the word Indian, in reference to Native Americans out. I don't really think, like, I feel like they are Indians, I guess, because people like refer to them as Indians. But to me, Indians are people from India. These should be called Native Americans, but I don't even know what the actual natives want. That's why I was asking about the Redskin stuff at the bar, because sometimes I think white people speak on behalf of others. And I don't really know. Like, I would like to know how the people actually feel. But they never talk to them. Billy's actually anti-fat. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking for him. He won't say he's anti-fat, but I feel like he doesn't like the fats. No, we're just waiting to die. I mean, at the end of the day, I know I'm going to die, and I'm probably going to die before the aliens come or Jesus. Whichever gets here first. So, you know, yeah, yeah, that's the real Billy. Um, Hold on, let me see here.
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person, I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
All right. The chickens have spoken. It's time for me to get the fuck out of here. I'll try to be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to do these nightly around 11 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern. So come on back. We'll talk some more tomorrow. But until then.
Security for Mr. George provided by Bond International Security of Anaheim.